this having technology doesn't replace human beings. You educate the human being how to double check the technology. So when you just said about checking the points, having your first reference points in the morning to check, make sure everything is calibrated right, boom, away we go. There's still human interaction, and it's important. I just to hit on this point because people see this stuff, and you'll have people saying, well, but then you're killing the job. And it's like, no, you're just making somebody's job easier.
I've felt that, I would say when I post something on social media, 50%, like you said, are like, you're taking jobs away, but then the other 50, like, we love this, we need this. And, right now with the infrastructure bill, coming up and more construction is happening, we have a huge shortage of skilled labor surveying. So whatever we can do to help the market to have surveying tools, it's a tool. CivDot is a tool. It's not replacing people. You still have an operator. And in solar farm, we still have 2 nail guys walking behind it. The question is, are you following are you going to have, 2-3 crews walking around manually doing this task and being tired and, not, troubleshooting where the coordinates are, or follow the robot, let him do the math, let him do the hard work, and you just follow it and you do the simple part. So, like I said, I was born and raised in Israel, American mother, Israeli father. Moved back and forth, as a kid, you just, travel around the world and visiting our family in the US, mostly in Ohio. And grew up Scouts boy, sports, basketball. Actually used to play professional ball in Israel and also in college. And served in the Army, ground forces, officer. Did a lot of work actually with the U.S. Army in Israel. That was fun. After serving, I started my own business back in LA. After a couple of years, I got bored. I went back to school, got my engineering degree. So you still have an operator. So instead of operating a handheld device, he's operating the robot. And I asked one of our customers the other day, we had that joke is like you're taking our job away. I'm like, he was like, no, I like this. This is making my job easier, and I don't have to deal with all these buttons and try to look like. We simplified his work, and now he just walks after this robot, and he actually listened to a podcast while doing so. But like I said, time is valuable. Not only saying like labor costs in that sense, but on road closures, we're able to do an entire job that they usually, 3 hours at night to do. We were doing in like 30 minutes. And that time is super valuable in road closures. Because just de-risking having, every hour that you're late of a road closure, you can get fines, and traffic is a shit show, and you want to avoid that. Do everything in your power to avoid that. I will say one thing though, that has to do with reworks on the bad side of automation. The robot will do whatever you tell him to do. So if you somehow set it up incorrectly or you have the wrong data, the robot will not know, and it will do that. So it's really, really important. And I was telling to our customers, when you set up the data, don't rush. You're going to do your data, planning. Takes you 5 minutes, even if it takes you 8 minutes. In order to avoid mistakes, take your time, because after you do those, 5 minutes, the robot's going to be working for a week straight, because that's enough data for him. So if it takes instead of 5 minutes, take 10 minutes to make sure you're doing it correctly and you're providing the robot the right data, that will eliminate reworks, because that's the only good thing about having human there. It's amazing how this year has taught us all how to adapt to, COVID and doing things remotely, we pretty much have everything online already for training a new customer, even a new employee. We actually sent a robot out abroad and they're using it, and we have never even stepped a foot there, which is pretty remarkable. And I think the main things about how we got to this point is we built it, no disrespect, we built it for dummies. We built it so simple that anyone can operate this robot. And in less than an hour, I can train you how to do the basic stuff. And customers have asked me, is your stuff made in China? I'm like, no. Like I build everything in the US now, and I even though it's more expensive, some of the materials, even the flight control that we buy is like double the price because it's in the US, from the US. But made in the US means a lot to me and to our customers, and they're willing to pay a bit more for it. That's fine. And we'll